I wanted to make this video to talk about what fame and what Liam Payne's death should teach us about fame and about celebrity. But first, I want to begin by saying my condolences to everyone who is affected, to his family, to his friends, to his loved ones. And yeah, I really believe this might change the um, conversation on fame, because I've had a small glimpse of it when I was younger. And I've met and hung out and became friends with certain celebrities. And I believe the pure image that people have of celebrity or the pure image that people have of fame is so scared that it's really like a whole nother world once you get to live it. It's really something very not easy to describe. A lot of people might believe it's this whole different state of being. It's this whole fantasy world that people get to live in when often it's different. It's the exact same reality, but just painted differently and covered differently. So what you might expect once you become famous is you expect, okay, I'm famous. Let's say you're on Jimmy Fallon, for example, or you're on all of these. You have millions of followers or subscribers. A lot of people know you, and everyone loves you and adores you and puts you on a pedestal for either what you're good at or how you look or what you've done, or it depends. There's so many avenues of fame, so many different examples of fame, right? Especially nowadays with TikTok, you could be famous on one platform and the whole other platform without even know about you, right? But specifically, if we're talking about a fame like Liam Payne had, it is a fame that's completely changes your whole world, and it might make some people manic, or it does, because it's literally a different state of being from the outside, but you feel the same way on the inside. So imagine, right, how you are right now. You wake up tomorrow, right? Imagine you wake up tomorrow, and instead of going into the street and doing your normal daily shopping or doing your normal going to school, going to work, everyone stops and looks at you and takes a picture with you or recognizes you from somewhere. Imagine it being so different, but you still feel the same as you did before. And that's pretty much what fame is. It's just an exaggerated lens on who you are as a being. So you could be on Jimmy Fallon, you could be in the same week. Let's imagine you are super famous, right? You're blowing up everywhere. Your music is reaching all of these states, or you're in a TV show, or your TikToks went viral, or like Charlie D'Amelio, or whatever. Now imagine, right? And you're happy, of course. You're happy because you're like, wow, this dopamine flush, it just rushes your brain, and you see everything changing. This is what you prayed for. This is, even if you didn't want this, right? This is what you always see, and now suddenly everyone loves you, and your flaws are not being judged just based off what they see or who they talk to, but they have this whole other influence of, oh, this is what this person is, or this is what this being is in their minds, right? But to you, you have not changed. You have just, you have always been the person doing this. Now, it's just reinforced within your being. So you might think, okay, damn, now I am this person, right? And then what? Then what? Imagine, right? Because that was the fun of it, the chase. Like, I wanna, like, the money is great, okay, but you can be rich and unknown, right? So it's not, let's take the money out of it, right? Because the money is amazing and it can change people's complete lives, but after that initial change, what remains is your being and your state of mind. So imagine you had a dream of becoming a famous musician, and up until now, the biggest number you had is 200,000 streams, and suddenly your songs blow up 200 million streams. Everyone knows your face. You're on the radio everywhere you go, but not just in your local or national area, but you fly across the world to a place you've never been, and people recognize you there, or people know you're on the radio there. That's when you reach the type of fame that Liam Payne had. And that type of fame is claustrophobic because you're suddenly in a world where everyone knows you. Okay, but they don't know you. They don't know who Liam Payne or who you are as an individual, right? And then, but for the moment, this narrative is positive. So you're like, whatever, they like me. I have to get used to this new state, right? And inside, you might still have to go to the toilet. You might still wake up and have the same ache on your back or same scar on your wrist and it still hurts, or you still have the same mental illness or whatever it is. Just it gets cut off, from the rest of the world. Suddenly you step out and people already have this perception of your being, and whatever you do either doesn't affect it or changes the perception, which can get really dangerous, right? And that's when we see Justin Bieber or all of One Direction, people lash out because, and that's what I want to take a look at, is the controversies. Payne faced criticism when he began dating Maya Henry, a 19-year-old fan of One Direction. The relationship, which eventually ended in 2020, was marked by allegations of cheating and abuse, right? And okay, he's 31 dating a 19-year-old, right? Whatever your judgment on that is your judgment. I'm not going to say my judgment because this is unbiased. And the thing is, I'm sure in your vicinity, you'll find people doing the exact same thing. Just they are not publicly criticized. And they might be weird, Like, so the thing is, every single thing is criticized and is put onto a public perception of millions of ideas that form this universe, right? And that form this illusion. And then once so many people believe in one thing, it creates something. And then if you are, for example, Liam Payne, and you know that you don't feel this way, and then everyone, even your strangers, even your mother's best friend, distant cousin, 20th cousin, knows you and knows that, oh, he's dating a 19-year-old called Maya Henry, like, right? And you have never seen these people once in your entire life. So they don't even know that you might have helped 19 grandmas the same day across the street. Or you might have donated $1 million to victims of abuse. Or, there's so many ways that the positive can outweigh the negative. But if the negative has a brighter light shine on it, the positive simply does not matter unless it gets exposed. And then you feel weird because the positive got exposed. And now some people are like, yeah, but I only saw the negative. Some people will never see the positive. You feel guilt because you don't want to expose the positive. So it's this whole entanglement that is pretty much like a prison that you can't get out of, right? No matter how much freedom you have, you can't get out of it unless people forget what you look like, who you are, or whatever. And some famous people might get so used to it or so addicted to it if they grew up in it or make it their personality that once they lose it, they become like addicts to it because they miss that feeling, and suddenly the whole world is switched. So it's like it's weird. It's like you might have, imagine you're Liam Payne and you wake up and you have the Tonight Show, you have Jimmy Fallon, all of these people in the same week, right? And everyone is like, oh, you must be so happy, right? But to you, it's on your timeline, it says 9 a.m. wake up, 10 p.m. makeup, 10 a.m. makeup, 11 a.m. rehearsal, 12 a.m. scheduled interview that you cannot fuck up in, because if you do fuck up, if you do screw up, the whole world will laugh at you. Then 1 p.m. another interview, 2 p.m. hotel, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. quiet in the hotel, right? But you can't go outside and get a breath because if you walk outside, people will come to you. So it's like this whole, and I'm not famous. Like I'm just like from observing of what it is, it's just like I can't imagine how bad he felt after being loved for so long. And literally, like they say in this YouTube video, he had people actually dying for him, right? Or not dying for him, but doing stuff for him. Like, no matter what he did, they would have loved him. And that's what he said. And he even told his girlfriend in this video, apparently, right? Like,
ever since we broke up, he messages me, blow up my phone, mind you, not only me, but he'll blow up my mom's phone. Is that normal behavior to you?
right? And if someone you loved, okay, paints you, especially I'm sorry to all the females watching this, but especially a female, because you're believed much quicker. And there's a different sort of stigma, especially you guys are way too quick to even talk about people that loved you like this, right? On the internet and paint them in lights that makes them seem like something, they're not, so, and being Liam Payne and having been in one direction, right, for so long and having people love you and run after you and women run after you for years since you're a little boy, right? And then suddenly, in this new day and age where someone posts a video on their phone and people can run with it to every corner of the internet, having your whole narrative switched on its head, where even if he was a weirdo, right? And he might have been, I don't know. I don't know. You don't know him. Only his closest people know, right? But I hope not, or there's no judgment. Like based off who he was, what he did in his life, he did what he wanted, what he had to, what he felt like. Fine, why judge a person for it? Now, second, of course, less is bad, but let's take all of this out of the context. It's about the fame that comes with it and how it can drive you to suicide much faster. Because just imagine everyone loves you, right? And you feel like it would never change. And then suddenly, after one video of a person you loved, right? And the person you're apparently trying to get back with so much, and this person goes against your private and puts it public and changes the one form of hold you had, and love and esteem you had, and turns it upside down to where the narrative of your celebrity changes forever. It's crazy. And you're not surrounded by all of it. So you're in a hotel room, maybe. Or you're in a fucking different country. But you're alone dealing with it. You don't have a million people saying, no, I don't believe it, in your head. Or I love you, All you see is the negative headlines. And you don't know what everyone else is thinking when you walk somewhere. Right? So we have to be careful with fame, because fame is just more light on a being, right? And it's a certain narrative being pushed towards a being that off. Trying to get back on. Okay. And yeah, basically what I want to say is it's a light being put on, shine on a being in a preferable and a positive light. And yeah, fame is dangerous. Fame is really dangerous. I don't know. Some people are born to be famous, and some are not. But if you walk into a room and you get attention, and 30 people look at you, and you feel like it's too much, then don't aspire to be famous. Because that's what it's gonna feel like for the rest of your life if you do become famous, like Liam Payne did. You can be locally famous and move, and no one will know you. But Liam Payne type of fame and One Direction type of fame is different. So yeah, my name is Hudson CEO. If you have a business idea, if you have a startup, if you have an established business, and you need a consultation or you want a consultation, a one-on-one with me, you can book it down below. I usually talk about business, but I wanted to give my point of view on this and my sincerest yeah, I'm sorry to everyone that is affected by this and is affected by Mr. Payne's death. Rest in peace. And yeah, I'll see you next video. Thank you.